What's going on, everybody?
Hey out there.
This is Mike.
This is Dom.
We're back again for another episode of Uncontrollable Nonsense. Quick rundown of what the show's gonna be. Then we're gonna hit the entrance music. We're gonna talk about Super Bowl, free agencies. Dom's gonna go on his nice little rant again about the Mets. It's gonna be great.
It's not gonna be as bad as last time, but I still have some stuff to say.
We're gonna talk about the Dodgers Red Sox trade. I didn't start that on time. I'm gonna talk about NASCAR, and then our XFL game picks. It's gonna be great. Here we go.
So that's all we're covering today?
Alright, here we go. Everybody can tell me how to shorten up last time.
It's podcast round 2. Well, the first time you did it, you started the music and then left the fucking house completely. Went outside, changed your shirt, came back and left me sitting here like an idiot for a minute and a half.
You should have talked. Alright. So Dom, how do you feel about the Mets signing the manager and the deal falling through with the new owner?
Well, I'll start off by saying I've moved on from them getting rid of Beltran. I'm over it. He didn't get a chance to manage. I still don't agree with it, but I'm over it. We have to move on. They hired a new manager. They stayed in-house, which is a good thing. So, I mean, the players know this guy. They seem to love him. So, we'll see what he could do. I'll give him a chance. The Mets, ended the last half of the year. I think they had the best record in all of baseball in the second half of the season. So you have to be a little optimistic as a Mets fan going into spring training. I mean, they have a lot of the same players coming back. A new manager. They got some good bullpen help now. So I can't rule them out. I'm not going to be negative about it. So I'm going to be a little optimistic about it. Hope they can build off of what they started last year. Obviously, every Mets fan wants the Wilpons to be gone and be done with the team so we can have new ownership in here, that we can spend some money and really try to get ourselves over the top. But as usual, in typical Mets fashion, the deal falls through. We're back at square one again. We're left with the Wilpons here, but we'll just have to see what happens. They say they're still selling the team. It's back up on the market, so we'll see what happens. I don't really have a lot of bad stuff to say about the Mets right now, so I'm just going to end my rant right there. I'm going to be positive today, not like the first show and where I was bashing the Mets and killing the Mets. But I don't know if Mike wants to add anything about the insane offseason we've had so far.
I think the Wilpons were wrong for letting Garrett, Steve Cohen?
Yeah, that was the guy that was purchasing.
I don't know why I want to call him Gary Cohen.
The billionaire.
Gary Cohen's your announcer, right?
Yes.
That would have been okay. Yeah, Steve. Okay. But I do think that the Mets should have sold the team to Steve Cohen because the Wilpons not only screwed up the money with the whole what the hell's his name?
Madoff.
The whole Madoff thing.
Side note, did you hear that Madoff wants an early release from prison because apparently he has 18 months left to live because of some kidney failure that he's having, some heart problems that he's having. So he wants the judge to show him leniency and let him go live out the rest of his days outside of a jail cell.
See?
A guy that was swindling money from people all over the place. People lost everything they had because of this guy. But now he wants compassion from everybody else so that he can get out of prison and go live the rest of his supposed 18 months that he has left to live.
No, I don't want to hear that shit.
No, I don't want to hear it either.
Live in New York, they got that stupid bail reform.
Yeah.
The dumbest thing ever.
Yeah.
Where's he at? Is he in New York?
I don't think he's being held in New York, but he's being held somewhere close by. But either way, I mean, we can't start letting everybody that's diagnosed with something that they have a lot of less time left to live. What, we're just gonna start letting everybody out of prison now?
And they'll all be diagnosed.
Yeah. Next thing you know, every prisoner gonna be diagnosed with something that they need to be let out of prison early for.
I have testicular failure. I need to be let out of prison.
Erectile dysfunction, whatever the hell they want to come up with.
My boyfriend in prison is not getting hard no more. He's got to be let out for his erectile dysfunction. But
all right. Off that side note, what were you saying? that the Mets fucked up by letting this deal fall through. Do we even know why this deal fell through? I was reading stuff saying that Steve Cohen said that the Mets were trying to change up the details of their agreement they had in place at the last minute, which is why he backed out of it. But then the commissioner of baseball came out and said that that wasn't all true. But who the hell really knows what the truth is right now?
You know, I've been watching sports radio. I've been watching sports radio. I've been watching sports TV, listening to sports radio, and nobody's been saying anything about why they're backing out of the deal. I looked up just to prepare for the show, and even earlier today, nothing told me why he's backing out.
And I was listening to Joe and Evan on the way home from work today. They're great. And even Evan said, even if the Mets were in the wrong, the MLB commissioner would never come out and, put the Mets under fire or say anything negative about the Wilpons because they're still MLB owners. So even Evan said you can't trust the reports that MLB is putting out. So who knows what really happened? Nobody really knows. But either way, the deal is officially terminated. Everybody's reported it. So what's his name? Didn't the commissioner work for the Mets at one time in his life? I can't speculate on that. I don't know for sure.
Or he worked for some team. Was it the Cardinals? He worked for some team.
Well, I would expect you to know that.
I don't know a lot about the front office of that team. All I know is, now let me go on my rant for the Cardinals this year. I know a lot of people watching can be Yankee fans or Mets fans, but let me tell you about my team. They got to be the cheapest team in the league. You spend $8 million on nobodies. You literally had 16 hits in the playoffs of the NLCS. 16 hits. I know softball teams that get 16 hits a game.
So who have they signed this offseason?
Your guess is best.
So you haven't even brought anybody in of noteworthiness.
Your guess is as good as mine, because I have no idea. Nobody. All right, good. Sorry, my phone got pulled. What happened?
So you're pretty much telling me the Cardinals have made no moves this offseason?
Cardinals haven't made.
They haven't tried to improve their team in any way.
No, and your rant on the Podbeans thing kind of didn't even record because somebody called me. I didn't realize they called me and they paused the podcast. That's all right. It's gonna be the second part of
That's Mike censoring me.
Yeah, but we traded. All right, we traded for some backup catcher from the Mariners, who's like a
backup catcher.
Who's like a double A. Who's like a double A backup catcher. He's probably not even gonna be in the league this year.
Did he get an invite to spring training or what?
I don't know. I didn't get that note yet. They didn't send me. They didn't tweet that to me yet. I'm waiting. But
man,
what was I gonna say? They yeah, pretty much. Cardinals haven't done nothing this year. I mean, our closer's coming back, which is good. I'm hoping that we're going to get into it in the next couple minutes. I'm hoping that the Mookie Betts trade falls through. Because maybe the Cardinals would look smart and go, oh, maybe we could trade for Mookie. I want to trade for Nolan Arenado if he can't get
Why
Mookie
would
Betts.
that trade fall through?
Because it was on a, what the hell is it called? It was on its...
What's the holdup? Physicals?
Physicals, yeah.
For who?
I think the guy from Minnesota. It's either the guy from Minnesota or the guy from the Angels.
Oh, so you're telling me that whole trade could be shot?
And then the Jock Peterson trade could be the Jock Peterson. I think Peterson, something about him in suspension. I don't know if Peterson got suspended this year.
So that entire trade is not finalized.
It's not completely finalized yet. It's still up in the air, but it's gonna be done because the Angels are. I think I saw earlier today on Twitter, the Angels are looking at trading for another person instead of Peterson at the whole. I don't know.
But if that happens, that whole trade is shot then, right? Because he was included in that whole deal with the teams.
Yep. But it's crazy. At least the Mets...
But if that happens, they have to trade those guys no matter what now, because how can you potentially trade them and then bring them to spring training and everything going to be cushy?
Well, that's why they're trying to work on the details now before spring training.
But I think Price was included in that deal just because the Red Sox want to off that contract of his, right?
Price was included because the Red Sox know if they make the playoffs this year,
Yeah, he sucks. And he has a big contract, so they want to shed all of that money.
No, hoping the Dodgers don't play the Yankees. Because if the Dodgers play the Yankees, and the Red Sox need the Dodgers to beat the Yankees for one game, it ain't gonna happen. Especially if David Price is playing. David Price cannot pitch against the Yankees.
And what's this whole thing with Chris Young, the ex-Yankee, talking about he started this whole Apple Watch sign stealing scheme? Did you hear about any of that? I heard about that. You know, Peter Gammons, that ex-ESPN reporter, was saying in some interview he had with Chris Young that Chris Young was telling him about it, but then Chris Young denied it, and then now they're trying to say that maybe, you know, the stuff was taken out of context, but who knows?
This whole sign stealing thing.
And did you see what Hank Aaron said about it? He wants all the players involved in it to be banned from the league forever. For life.
No.
Never coming back.
He wants all the actual players banned for life.
Yeah, the ones who were involved in it. Yeah, the ones who were involved in it.
I was reading it. I was laughing when I read it. But yeah, I mean, you know, at least for the Met fans, all right, they lost their soon-to-be owner. They lost their manager. But you know what? Granted, I'm a Cardinals fan. Michael Wacha, he's a very good pitcher. He had Tommy John surgery or some kind of elbow surgery.
Oh, I like the fact
2 years ago.
They didn't have a bad offseason as far as signing players was concerned.
You guys got good players. You guys got
and
Michael
we still
Wacha.
have the main players we had from last year.
Exactly. Except for
that's why I can't be too pessimistic about it.
Except for get rid of the closer. The fucking guy sucks. Wait, didn't you guys get Jobber Chamberlain?
Jobber Chamberlain?
Who'd you guys
When's
get?
the last time you watched Jobber Chamberlain pitch? When he was getting attacked by bees in the playoffs for the Yankees?
When he was playing over here against the Army.
The Mets signed Dylan Betances for the Yankees.
That's it. Okay.
This guy says Jobber Chamberlain.
I knew it was an ex-Yankee. Yeah, I knew it was the ex-Yankee. I just couldn't remember which one it was. I mean, if I'm the Mets, I start.
They're definitely improved, and they still have the same core of players, so that's why I can't be too pessimistic about it.
No.
But at the same time, you know, the Mets are just prone to bad and weird stuff happening, which has seemed to happen the entire offseason.
Oh, I know. But
so hopefully their season isn't like the coronavirus, you know, where it just starts out bad and just gets worse and worse and just infects more and more people.
Wait, you guys are playing over in China this year? Man, Simone Biles is good. I'm sorry. There's Simone Biles on TV in front of me. She's just good. But like I was saying, you know, Cardinals, they need to do something. Yes, you know.
What's left for them to do?
Listen.
What the hell are they going to do between now and spring training?
Starting pitching. But like, you know, I was telling a guy at work who's a Yankee fan. He was talking about how like the Yankees, they gave all the money to what's his name? Garrett Cole. And did you know?
I hope he's the biggest bust as far as contracts go of all time.
He's not going to be a big bust.
How you know that?
I don't think.
Did you see what he looked like after the Yankees signed him? When he was on the Astros, he had his whole long hair, a beard. He looked like he was an intimidating badass on the mound, right?
Yeah.
And then he shaved everything off. He looked like a little kid. If you step into the batter's box against him, are you really going to be thinking like, oh, this guy about to blow me away?
Yeah, when that 95 mile an hour fastball.
No, I don't think anybody is gonna be scared of him anymore. I don't know. I think he is gonna flop this year because of that. He looks like a teenager. He should be starting for O'Neill High School the way he looked.
Tell you what, man, I would not want to play with O'Neill. I would not want to play with O'Neill. I umpired there, and let me tell you right now, the mound there is a big hole in between the mound where the pitcher steps. Crazy. But like I was saying, the Cardinals, they need to do something. The pitching staff is not good. I haven't even seen the pitching staff.
I don't think the Cardinals are going to do anything.
That's how bad this team's going to be. I'm going to look for the over under. I think Mike,
did you think they were going to be good or bad last year? Did they exceed your expectations or did they underperform? Did they make the play? Didn't they win the division last year?
Yeah, but not by much.
But either way, they won the division. Or did they get in through the wild card? I know the Cubs didn't win the damn division last year.
No, I think we squeaked. No, I think did we win the division?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did.
Or did the Brewers? Oh no! We caught the Brewers and passed the Brewers for the division.
Yeah,
but it's crazy because like last year, it's like, all right, because I'm a Blues fan, so they actually started out like the hockey team last year. They started out slow and then picked it up in July, and they rode that into the playoffs. But unlike the hockey team, they stopped, and that's the thing. And now all of us Cardinal fans.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw. Didn't the Nationals knock them out of the playoffs?
Yeah, but you gotta get hitting, man. You gotta get hitting. The hitting was great against the Braves. And then we had 16 against the Nationals. Pretty much all I'm saying is...
But the Nationals have a good pitching staff.
That's true. But what I'm saying is the Cardinals need at least another bat, which is Nolan Arenado. Why I want him so bad.
There's no chance.
And the Cardinals need another pitcher.
What about Chris Bryant? The Cubs, I think, want to offload him.
Yeah, but the Cubs ain't going to trade him to the Cardinals.
Well,
I wouldn't trade anybody.
He's perfect for the Mets, bro. I think the Mets should try to get their hands on him.
I wouldn't trade. I don't know about all these teams. Like, I would never trade a player to a rival.
I wouldn't either.
Like when the Patriots traded Demaryius Thomas to the Jets, I was like, all right, the Patriots must know something that we don't know, because why would you trade a good wide receiver like that with Tom Brady as your quarterback to a rival?
But didn't he perform pretty well for you guys?
Well.
Yeah, he did good when he got there.
Anyways,
baseball. I think when it comes to football with Bill Belichick, he don't care who he trades it. It's all about what he's getting in return. I don't know, or just to offload somebody.
But yeah, so the trade for the Cubs to trade Chris Bryant to the Cardinals, I'd be very shocked.
No, but I'm saying, what about the Mets? He's a good fit for the Mets.
Yeah.
He could play. Todd Frazier left. He signed with... who did he sign with? Texas Rangers? I'm pretty sure that's who he signed with.
The Todd father.
The Todd father's gone.
the downward thumb guy.
The thumbs down is gone, but Chris Bryant could be a good fit for the Mets. He's a young player. He could sit there at third base for us.
But you know what's funny about that
we'll see what happens.
You know what's funny about that whole thing is? The guy that gave the thumbs down was a Mets fan.
Yeah, I know.
And he got traded. Then they got traded to the Mets. Or he went to the Mets, and the thumb down guy actually met Todd Frazier.
Yeah.
And they went to the Mets.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. But we just need another pitcher. The bullpen's gonna be good. The bullpen's great. We got this young stud from AAA that came up last year. Gonna be good. Can't remember his name.
But the thing with bullpen pitchers, Mike, is year to year they vary. Just like you're talking about my closer.
Yeah, but
who had a terrible year last year, gave up home run after home run after home run. I mean, he can't be any worse than he was last year, so why not throw him back out there again?
Oh my God, that guy was bad last year. Holy
cow. He was the worst of all time. He can come into the game with a 2-run lead, he's giving up a 3-run bomb. He can come in with a 3-run lead, he's giving up a grand slam. It didn't matter.
I remember we played you guys, what was it? I think we played you guys at Citi Field last year. The Friday game.
July sometime.
It was right at the Stanley Cups. Because the Blues won the Stanley Cup Finals that Wednesday, and that Thursday I went to the game. I went to the NHL store to go pick up my.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
They didn't have anything because they didn't. The NHL store didn't look at. Oh, the Mets are playing the Cardinals. They didn't look at like who the Mets were playing.
Why the hell would the New York store think that they're going to sell out of Blues merchandise?
Store. No, it's the NHL store. It's not New York store. It's the NHL
yeah, but it's
store.
in New York.
But that's like their main.
Why the hell would they?
But no, the guy. I asked the guy. I asked the guy. He said no. This time we're going to look at the Yankees and the Mets schedule to see who they're playing. And if they're playing
well, what a fucking genius. Shouldn't somebody that's running a store already be looking at that kind of stuff?
Well, they did.
Shouldn't they be knowing what clientele they're going to have there?
The guy said, because I asked him, I said, you guys didn't order a lot of... He goes, no, we had a lot, but we didn't realize the Cardinals were in town the same day they were going to win the Stanley Cup. So he said next year we're going to look at the schedule to see if, let's say, the Mets are playing the Cubs and the Blackhawks aren't making the Stanley Cup. They're not even making the playoffs. And let's say the Cubs are playing the Mets in New York and the Blackhawks win the Stanley Cup, or the Red Sox are playing the Yankees and Boston Bruins are.
I understand what you're trying to tell me. They're going to look at it better.
He said they're going to order more, and if they lose, then they're just going to ship it back.
Yeah,
ship it over
which makes sense.
And ship it over to Zimbabwe.
But can't they sell that shit online regardless?
not the winning stuff. The
No?
losing stuff, no. But actually, my buddy's father does have an. What year did the Lakers lose? What year did the Lakers lose
To the Celtics?
Yeah. No, this is back in early 2000s. What?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I
was
thought
Celtics,
they lost.
right?
Yeah, it was.
My buddy's father has a I think it's like a 2000 and something Lakers.
It was before
championship hat.
2009, I think.
It was like
because
2005
Kobe won
or
in
something like
2009 and 2010 or 11.
Yeah.
So it was before that.
But yeah, he's got an NBA champions Lakers hat in his house.
Yeah, how the hell did he acquire that?
I have no idea.
That's
But
pretty good.
He showed it to me. He's like, "Look at this." I was like, "What the hell is that?"
Well,
It's
that
a
shit
Lakers-
got to go somewhere.
But yeah, I just need. I know we're kind of like going off, and I'm gonna edit this, so it's gonna be. But all I'm saying.
Well, it's not like we're going off. We've been talking baseball. Football's over now. The Super Bowl's over now. Now we're looking towards baseball.
If
So
the Cardinals, if all I'm saying is, if the Cardinals can give me another pitcher, another hitter, the bullpen's gonna be good. We're getting smoked back
But
next
Mike,
year.
if they haven't done anything already, what the heck make you think they're going to start signing players now?
Hey, you never know.
Aren't pitchers and catchers reporting next week? And now they're going to go out and sign a starting pitcher?
Listen, I'm not
They
saying
waited the whole offseason. Now they're going to go out and sign somebody that's going to turn your viewpoint around on the Cardinals offseason.
Listen, I'm not saying they gotta go. I'm not saying. I just want a pitcher that's gonna start. Like we have Flaherty. Wainwright came back for another year or two.
And you have confidence in him.
Actually, after last year, yeah, he pitched decent last year.
Okay, now we're another year later.
We got. Oh man, Carlos Martinez. Oh wait, is Martinez on the Braves? Who did we trade to the Braves?
Who the hell did you get from the Braves?
Fucking sorry, some like short season single life logger.
I also wanted the Mets to go after Josh Donaldson, but he left. He didn't sign
He's
with
on
the
the Braves,
damn
isn't he?
Mets. Well, he was on the Braves, but he just signed with another team. He was a free agent
yeah.
this year, so he ain't on the Braves no more.
But like I said, I would be happy entering the season with another pitcher, even if it's like a lower end pitcher, just another pitcher, another hitter, and just pretty much I just need another arm to be.
You should be fucking happy regardless. Your team is the defending division champions.
We got lucky.
If you got lucky or not, you're still going into the season the defending champions of the division.
The only thing that makes me
Everybody else got to beat you.
No, but the problem is the Reds got very good this year. The Reds got a lot of good players this year.
You're confident in the Reds?
Listen, they
got to prove it to me before I'll get confident in them.
It's like I tell people, paper. Everybody talking about all these teams on paper. You know, the Dodgers. Okay, if the trade does happen with Mookie Betts, the Dodgers got, you know, this guy. It looks good on paper, but how does it look on the field? Do you remember the Red Sox back in 2011, 2012?
Yeah,
they had
stacked.
They had Brent. They had Crawford. They had
stacked.
What the hell was his name? The first baseman.
JD Martinez?
No, Gonzalez.
Oh, Adrian Gonzalez.
No, was it Adrian Gonzalez?
Yeah.
Yeah, Adrian Gonzalez. They had Price. They had Porcello. They had.
But Price is always good in the regular season. It's just in the playoffs he can't win a game.
He pulls a Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah, that's another one.
But and they got Clayton Kershaw. I don't know. Let's see what happens with baseball this year. Baseball pitchers and catchers come back right after the XFL starts, which I can't wait until the XFL starts. But let's talk about Super Bowl. You know, a nice 24-minute rant about baseball. Oh, just ranting about baseball.
I think baseball is both of our favorite sports by far. I mean, I know it is for me. I love the Giants, but baseball is by far my favorite sport.
You know what it is? For me, I like baseball because I'm not a front runner whatsoever. I'm not a bandwagon fan, but I like baseball because my team, other than, you know, the Jets keep it interested and they shoot me down at the end. The Cardinals keep it interested all year round and they make the playoffs.
Well, the Mets never do that.
I know. Yeah, but you're a bigger Mets fan than you are.
Last year they were in the wild card for 2 fucking weeks. I got to be a little excited about it, and then they shot my damn dreams down.
Oh man!
But at least Alonso, he had the record for most home runs by, what was it, a rookie player? He beat Aaron Judge's record.
Yeah.
So at least we took that away from the damn Yankees.
But Hey man, they were selling all them bats. They were selling all them bats too.
That's why I'm telling you, the Mets could still be good. And like again, another thing I heard on Joe and Evan today. Evan was saying that baseball is probably the only sport where you don't have to rely on the manager as much. Football, the coach is very important. Preparation, getting your team ready. Basketball, same type of thing. You want to what offense you're running, what kind of defense you're running. Baseball, it pretty much comes down to the players you're putting on the field. If they're going to hit the pitcher, how good your pitchers are going to do, how good your bullpen is going to do. The manager just is substituting players. The manager isn't really going to determine the outcome of the game.
I mean, I did play football. I played football my whole life, and yes, I played football. I played baseball, hockey.
I can't comment on the coaching in hockey.
For the coaching aspect of sports, I've been to many basketball games. Dom and I went to the Big East tournament. We watched the coach for what's his name for St. John's.
Chris Mullins.
Not St. John's, Villanova. Wait, were we there? Oh, we were there for St. John's because it was the first round. The coach in basketball isn't really doing anything. The assistant.
Well, he has to know when to call timeouts, when to substitute players. But it's the assistants on the bench that are watching the entire game.
Hey, LeBron, you're in. Well, actually, LeBron doesn't really need it. He'd be like, hey, Durant, you're in. Or hey, all them low key players like, hey, you're in. Go in. The coach is just sitting there yelling at the referee the whole time, which is fine. But
and monitoring the game flow, seeing when he needs a timeout.
Hockey, I don't really know much about how hockey coaches do.
Me either, but he needs to know when to make a line change and all that. I'm assuming.
I do love hockey. The coaches do yell at their players all the time. How do you get half a win on? Did he tie with somebody one day?
What the hell are you telling me about the coach in hockey? That's what you should be telling me about.
I'm sorry, but
don't be distracted.
Pretty much, if you look at a hockey game, the coach is yelling at something. Nobody.
But I don't think the coach is really yelling at the refs though, a basketball coach is.
No, he's yelling at the players. I don't know if he's setting up. I don't know if he's changing lines. I don't know if he can do that in hockey.
Yeah, that's what he has to do. Line changes, all that.
They're always yelling at something. No, not line changes. I don't know if you're allowed to change lines in hockey during.
What the hell do you mean by that?
Like change lines. Like let's say.
What the hell's a line?
Let's say me and you. Let's say it's me, you, Nate, and Cole.
Why the hell would Cole be playing hockey?
No, I'm saying. Let's say it's me, you, Nate, and Cole on a line. And then, in the middle of the game, he looks at Dave and go, all right, Cole, you're out, Dave, you're in.
Yeah, you could do that.
But I'm saying, I don't know if you could change the line order. Like,
what do you mean, sub 1 for 1, or you got to sub the entire line for the entire line?
I'm saying, I don't know if you could sub out, and I don't know if, let's say, you're on one line and Dave's on another line, and you could switch. Let's say you're on the fourth line and Dave's on the third line. I don't know if in the middle of a game you could say
he can put whoever the hell he wants on the damn ice.
No. I'm saying no. He could do that, but I'm saying I don't know if he can go. All right, Dave, you're on the third line. Now you're on the fourth line. Dom, you're on the third line.
Why wouldn't he be able to do that?
I don't know if that's
who the hell would stop him?
Because I think it's like a baseball card. Because each game they got to give the other coach the lines. Because
I don't know hockey like that.
Because in each game, let's say you're on the away team.
Yeah, but they all have a position though.
I give you my lineup card.
Yeah.
All right. You give me your lineup card. I tell you, all right.
Do you even know what a fucking hockey lineup card looks like?
Yeah.
So what does it look like? Does it say my first line is this, second line is this?
First line, second line, third line. Fourth line, then goal.
So what? Then everybody on the third line have to come in at the same time? That's what you're trying to tell me?
I believe so. I gotta study up on it more, but that'll be next week's show because hockey's starting to get good.
I'm not really interested in hockey. They used to tell Boomer on WFAN, nobody cares about hockey, Boomer.
That was crazy.
That's what I'm gonna start telling Mike.
But
nobody cares about hockey, Mike.
Pretty much Super Bowl. I don't know. Everybody said it was good. It was all right. I mean, it was a good defensive game. Better than last year. Everybody yelled at me because they said...
The entire game was good. What didn't you like about it?
It was a lot better than last year. You know what I didn't like about it? Because, no, I didn't have 0-0 in any of my minute pools.
No kidding. No, I didn't win money either.
That bastard made all that money.
Oh, you won money too in the pool that your damn mom started. You and your mom are the only ones that won money in that pool. Go figure that one out.
What you call it? But no, like
next year I told Mike I'm just gonna give him $50 and say, here, just take it.
I'll take it.
Don't even put me in the damn box. Every year I get in his boxes, he ends up fucking winning it.
How about this? Next year when I do the boxes, I'll let you choose the numbers first. I'll let you choose whatever boxes you want.
Yes, that's how it's supposed to be.
That's what we're gonna do. You choose yours, then I'll choose mine. Then I'll let my mom choose hers. How about that?
Yeah, good. And you'll still end up getting my money, I'm sure.
Well, you gotta pay me. It's the boxes. Anyways, the Super Bowl was good. Once again,
the halftime show was even better.
I didn't like it.
Oh, it was even better.
I didn't like it.
It was even better.
I don't know, but
why didn't you like it? What didn't you like about it?
I don't know. It was. I don't know. It's just.
You can't even give me a reason why you didn't like it.
I don't know. If this was 2000, if this was like 2000, 2001, 99,
what?
That would have been a great halftime show.
So what makes it different now? Because they're older?
Old.
Oh, please. Oh, please,
as
Mike.
far as, I know a lot of people aren't country fans, but one year, I want to see the likes of Florida Georgia Line, Luke Combs.
Why not Luke Bryan?
Because he's too.
You're the one that told me Luke Combs used the same damn beat over and over again and just changed the lyrics to it. But we want to see him on the Super Bowl show?
Hey, Luke Bryan's good, but he's too country for the Super Bowl.
Oh, stop.
I mean, granted, the NHL All-Star Game had a rapper at their halftime show.
What rapper signed up to be at the NHL All-Star Game? I need to know that.
NHL All-Star Game rapper. Flow Rider.
Do you know what Flow Rider stands for?
Florida.
Excellent.
Flow Rider did the halftime show at the All-Star Game a couple years ago. And then they had Kenan Thompson do the...
From Kenan and Kel?
They had Kenan Thompson do the... what you call it?
What?
The award show at the end of the year.
No.
He said the New Jersey Devils are the least racist team in the league because they brought in two black guys on their team.
Who's the black guy that's a real good hockey player? He goes out with the skier now that Tiger Woods used to date.
That's the guy in the Devils.
Oh, I didn't know he played for the Devils. I thought he was on the Montreal Canadiens.
No, he got traded from the he went from the
PJ Subban or something like that.
PK Subban went from the Canadiens to the Predators, and then from the Predators to the Devils.
Oh, so is he on the Devils currently?
He's on the Devils currently.
Oh,
him and
he bangs Lindsey Vonn.
Yes, Lindsey Vonn. What a hottie.
She is
dude. Her legs have gotta be muscular because
she's a good skier.
She does them mogul things.
What the hell is any mogul?
No, moguls. It's when.
What is that?
It's the ski thing with the bumps. How they do this?
What is that called?
The moguls.
I never heard of it. That's when they go like flag the flag on the course.
Moguls is like they do bumps, and they gotta go bump, and then they go down a little bit, and they do backflips off
that ramp. Big steep thing.
And then they go down.
I thought that's called a high jump.
I'll show you the videos later. You'll see.
Right.
After we're done with it, I'll show you the videos.
Yeah, I need to see that.
But NFL playoffs, the Super Bowl was okay. Problem is, Kyle Shanahan, bro, you gotta get out of the Super Bowl. You blew a 28-3 lead against Patriots. You blew. Did
he really blow that lead? You're gonna blame that on him.
Yeah.
You're gonna blame him for that.
Yeah.
How?
What I always tell you, if you're up big, I don't give a shit if you're up 50-0. It's the start of the fourth quarter. Don't run the ball. Stop running the ball. Stop giving up. Stop.
So you're gonna blame that loss, not the defense that let Tom Brady come down and score all them touchdowns in a row, but we're gonna blame Shanahan for that one.
I'll tell you what, I've seen it many times in my life, football, where I've seen the Jets do it. We were up 35. it was Thursday night game. We were up 35-7 on the Bills.
Mike, that's nonsense if you're going to blame Kyle Shanahan for that.
We were up 35-7 on the Bills. The Jets went complacent, started running the ball. The Bills started scoring. Now it's 35-21. What are the Jets going to do? They try to throw the ball. They're out of sync now because they stopped throwing the ball. You pound it. Listen.
You gotta have faith in your offense.
But the Patriots knew they were going to run the ball. That's the thing.
Okay, I understand that.
Because
you can't blame him for that. Either way, your defense can stop him. You got that big of a lead. The defense got to be able to come up with a stop.
Believe me, I can blame him.
Well, if you want to blame him, you can blame him. I'll blame him for the Super Bowl loss because of some of his coaching thing. But, there's no hell no, I can't blame him for them losing that Super Bowl.
I can blame him. I mean, I'm very good at blaming coaches. Very good. But, I don't know. We got to, Patty Mahomes. I mean, he's good, but I want to see
He's better than good.
I want to see what he could do.
He's better than good.
I want to see what he could do 4 years down the road. I like the kid. The kid was good.
He's great.
I didn't want a team to draft. I didn't want my team to draft him because I didn't like him out of college. Darnold, I wasn't a big fan of him out of college. I like him. Just gotta keep him healthy.
I don't think Darnold's gonna be good at all. I think Sam Darnold sucks, bro.
Baker Mayfield.
I think he's terrible. Mayfield terrible. Sucks.
Baker Mayfield. I think if you put Darnold on the Browns, Darnold leads that team to the playoffs for one reason.
Get the fuck out of here! You lost your mind.
I'm serious.
How the hell would he lead that team to the playoffs?
If you look at the weapons Darnold had this year, we had Robbie Anderson, we had Smith, we had Demaryius Thomas. When Demaryius Thomas came in the league, it was great. Darnold's number one guy right now.
Not when he came into the league. You're telling when he came to the Jets.
That's what I mean. When he came to the team.
That's not what you said.
Whatever. When he came to the Jets, Demaryius Thomas, because they were always double teaming Robbie Anderson, so Demaryius Thomas was always open. But the problem is,
why the hell would you think Sam Darnold's going to lead the Browns to the playoffs?
Look at that team.
Because of Odell Beckham Jr.? Get the hell out of here.
Jarvis Landry.
So one receiver and Sam Darnold, they're going to take the Browns to the playoffs.
Beckham.
You know that the Ravens are in their division, right? They're gonna with Sam Darnold on the Browns, they're gonna take out the Ravens.
I didn't see the division. I said the playoffs. Remember, in football, the two teams make the playoffs in the wild card.
Either way, he's gonna get them to the playoffs. Sam Darnold on the Browns.
I tell you what, if Darnold didn't go down with mono, we'd have gave the Steelers and the Titans a run for the playoffs.
You can't tell me that. You can't tell me that realistically because you'll never know.
They were 7-2 at the end of the season.
I understand, but you can't tell me that.
If Darnold would have played week 1, if Darnold would have played week 2, we'd have beat the Browns, no problem.
You can't tell me that. How can you tell me that realistically? You can't prove that.
Realistically, I can
prove it to me.
Well, I can now.
Yeah, prove it.
All right, whip out Madden. We'll prove it right now. We'll flip the camera over.
Yeah, what was the Madden simulation on that game? But there's no fucking way,
the
bro.
The Patriots game, that would have been hard anyways. That would have been a loss. The Eagles game,
I hate the Eagles. Yeah, I'll give that game to them. The
Eagles game, the defense played well against the Eagles. The problem was we had Falk. I don't remember his first name. Sam Falk, or whatever his name was.
The third string quarterback.
Yeah, because actually, I think we'd have beat the Browns with
that game going into the Patriots, they kept showing all these comparisons because him and Brady were picked the same exact number and all this, so they were trying to hype it up. Because wasn't that a Monday Night Football game or something like that, or a Thursday night game? They want the one where he started against the Patriots.
Who, Falk?
Yeah.
No, that was a regular Sunday game.
Oh, it was? Because I kept seeing all these comparisons of him and Brady, how much they weighed going into the combine, and what number they were drafted at, and how good Brady turned out, and all that bullshit.
But yeah,
please.
The Eagles game, that would have been a toss-up because Eagles defense was good. The Eagles defense was good when we played them. That was the problem. And then
the hell with the Eagles,
then later in the season, They fell apart. I think that was the only game he missed. I think those are the only 3 games that he missed with the mono. Because I think we had a bye week.
Okay, and he played decently when he came back.
That's what I'm saying.
He was all right.
All I said was at the start of last year.
You weren't better than the Patriots with him. I'll tell you that.
No. I wasn't expecting a division run. I tell people I was expecting the playoffs. But I was expecting a 6 seed last year, just because I knew once the Jets got past the Cowboys, they played the Giants, the Redskins. They played.
Why do you say the Giants like that? Like they were nothing to you?
Because I'll tell you right now, I had a feeling that later on, like maybe week 5, I didn't know week 2 the guy was coming in, but I had a feeling week 5 Eli was going to get pulled for Daniel Jones no matter what.
No matter what happened, even if Eli won every game before that,
I really think he would have got pulled.
No, even if he was undefeated at that time, you think Pat Shermer going to pull him out?
I think he would have pulled him.
No fucking way. You've lost your damn mind.
I'll tell you what.
You've lost your mind.
I'll tell you what. In 2004, I remember they were talking about how the Giants were 5-2 in 2004 with Kurt Warner. And what do? They pulled Kurt Warner and put Eli. And I think Eli went 2.
He had a terrible time.
What was it? 2. Eli went like 1 and something or 2 and something.
Yeah, he won 1 game, I think.
But I was at the game. Eli returned, and it was nice that the Giants pulled him out. The Giants pulled him out when they did.
He deserved every second of that.
But yeah,
he earned and deserved every second of that. Any Giant fan who don't appreciate that dude, they can get the hell up out of here.
But the Jets, I tell you right now, and I'm a real Jet fan. I used to be one of them Jet fans that, oh yeah, we're great, blah, blah. The Jets are gonna be playoff bound next year.
No way. How can you tell me that? Unless you think Tom Brady ain't gonna be with the Patriots.
No, listen. We got 2 playoff spots next year.
I don't care.
Well, fuck the Patriots. We don't need the Patriots.
Do you think Brady's going to be on the Patriots next year?
Because the only reason I say that. Do
you think Brady's going to be on the Patriots next year? Yes or no?
I don't know. I don't know.
I can't see him wearing another jersey.
Oh, people
just like Eli Manning. Do you think Eli really wanted to retire this year? I don't think he really wanted to, but I don't think he wanted to put on another team's uniform. I think that's why he retired.
I think Eli was ready to go this year.
That's because you're an Eli hater.
No, I'm not an Eli hater. I think he was ready to go. You could see it in his face. I can see it in his face. That face, I love that face when he makes that face.
I love Eli's face too, motherfucker.
Eli's facial expressions are amazing.
It's even better when he's holding up the Lombardi Trophy or the Super Bowl MVP. It's even better then.
What you call it? I think Eli was done because I just watched interviews with him last year. He just didn't seem excited about.
Because he knew that he was done with the Giants. That's why
he was. It didn't matter if Eli wanted to get out or not. Unless for somehow he won a Super Bowl, and with that team you guys weren't winning a Super Bowl.
No chance. The defense was atrocious.
Yeah.
Which we need to improve. I'm not even going to go back into drafting a wide receiver again. I'm not going into that nonsense again.
But I'll tell you right now, back to the first podcast. If Jerry Jeudy does pass the Giants, and he gets to the Jets, and the Jets let him go, I'd be very angry. Unless we draft an offensive line. And back to my Darnold statement, I think if Darnold would have had an offensive line last year, if he would have stayed healthy, that's why we made a playoff run.
Sam Darnold, I think, is soft, bro. He's seeing ghosts out here, bro. He's getting worried. As soon as he hears footsteps, he's getting worried out here.
No. We proved he wasn't seeing ghosts when he racked off like 4 in a row. Speaking about ghosts, you heard that?
Yeah, there's ghosts all over the place, and they're going right for Sam Darnold next year.
No, because was it?
And you know what? Daniel Jones is keeping Eli Manning's tradition alive. 2 days after the Super Bowl's over, he's got all of his wide receivers down at Duke University. They're all running routes. They're all practicing together, baby. Let's go.
But Darnold's gonna be fine next year. We're gonna get him.
You hope.
Oh yeah, well yeah. Hopefully he stays healthy.
I don't understand. You're more confident in the Jets than you are in the Cardinals. The Cardinals won the damn division last year, went to the playoffs, and they ran to the Washington Nationals team who caught a hot streak and won the World Series. But you're not confident in them, but you're confident in the Jets who didn't even make the damn playoffs last year.
I gotta be confident in the Jets. That's what I have. That's what I have in football, except for the Guardians. Guardians are good this year.
All right, so go into your XFL rant then. I want you to read these players off. I don't even think I've heard of any of these players on this list you got right here on your roster.
All right. Talking about the Guardians, I'm gonna talk about the whole XFL next week after week 1. You know, I watched them on Twitter.
I won't be there for that one. I'll be on a damn Miami cruise, baby.
Wait, no, week 1 is this weekend.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm leaving Thursday.
Matt McGloin gonna be
heard of him.
Matt McGloin. Actually, the Guardians have the most NFL ready quarterback on their team. Cardell Jones is alright. Vinny Testaverde, who's playing for Dallas, he's
Vinny Testaverde?
Junior.
Oh, Junior.
Yeah. They got a good running back in Tim Cook.
Who the hell is Tim Cook? Never heard of him.
He's a running back.
Wow. Thanks for clearing that up for me, Mike. Does he have any NFL experience? I've never heard of him before.
He's a... Oh, it's not on my sheet here.
Oh. As you read names off, I'm going to tell you if I heard of him or never heard of him before. But your coach, I love your coach. And your GM, I love him.
Kevin Gilbride.
Amazing. When Kevin Gilbride was with the Giants, they had a high-flying, throw-it-down the field offense, scoring all over everybody, winning touchdowns.
T.J. Barnes, defensive player, heard of him, played for the Jets.
Never heard of him.
Started a couple games for the Jets last year when we were hurt on defense again. He's going to be a monster.
What makes you think he's going to be a monster?
Because he made some plays in the NFL. And now they're playing in a smaller league.
I can't wait to see these rules you were telling me on the first episode actually transpire in front of my eyes this weekend.
But the player I'm very upset about, we'll get back to the rules, is Demetrius Cox. He's a safety. Very good safety. But he's on the injured list. He's limited right now, so we got to see what's going on with him. DeJuan Neal, cornerback, he's going to be decent. I was listening to a...
Are their rosters the same size as an NFL roster?
52-man. Tight ends, I haven't really heard anything about tight ends. Offensive line, watching them on offensive line, they blocked well.
Is the play clock the same in the XFL?
40 seconds.
40 seconds, yeah.
40 seconds, which is good.
And the clock and all that runs the same as an NFL game?
It's running clock.
So it runs no matter what?
It's a running clock, yes. Running clock, 3 timeouts.
So even out of bounds, it don't stop?
It stops to place the ball and then it runs.
So as soon as they put the ball in, they don't even wait for the teams to get ready or none of that
once
shit?
The ball's placed,
once the ref puts the ball down, the clock starts up again. So the games are going to be a lot faster paced.
They're looking at 2.5-hour games.
All right. I like that.
So... But the thing that kills me is the 3-hour tailgating. I go to Jet games. No. Because the guys I tailgate
But you
with,
just told me that the person at the Guardian said they might adjust that.
Yes. I went.
So down, you can't hate it yet.
I went down to the XFL headquarters last Thursday. No, 2 Thursdays ago. Sorry. And I talked to the Guardians president, a female, which is she's awesome. She knows her shit. And I'm hoping to get an interview with her for next week's show to put into next week's show because I was talking to her. I was talking to my guy. And he said that we might be able to meet some players. So I'm hopefully being able to interview a couple.
Try to get the quarterback on, baby.
A couple wide receivers. We're gonna try to get wide receivers. We're gonna try to get Matt McGloin. I'm going to try to get my boy Dominic, his coach. I'm going to try to
I'm
going to try to get an autograph.
Oh, man. If that happens, man. Baby. Let's go.
We're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see what happens with that. I gotta talk to. Speaking about interviewing people, I gotta talk to somebody at West Point where I work about possibly getting the coach, the Army football coach, to come on and interview him.
I don't see why not. He already does a podcast every week or a radio show down there with Army, but I don't see why.
Even if it's like 10 minutes, I want to see if I could do like a weekly thing. Like, hey, coach, you guys are playing Oklahoma.
What's the temperature of the team? How's the
How
practices going? Yeah.
Maybe not even a sit down interview. Maybe just like a let me
quick
go to the
thing.
office and talk to him.
Or catch him coming off the practice field.
But that's why we got to build this thing up to get it big, and that's what I plan to do. What you call it? Anyway, so that's the XFL talk. I'll have more for you next week. Once we gotta see it perform. You know, we do have a couple of XFL podcasts out there.
But you know how ESPN and all these other things do like power rankings? Like, do they even have a power rankings out about the XFL yet? Or are we waiting to see how the first week or so goes before we is there a team that experts are saying, all right, this is the team to watch in the XFL, or is that not a thing yet?
Let's just say that Vegas has if Vegas had their way for a perfect world. Vegas has the Seattle team and the Guardians.
But what do you mean by in a perfect world? Is that just because that will bring in the most ratings, or is that because they feel they're going to be the best teams that are
perfect world on
in
paper.
the league? Oh, on paper.
The Seattle. What's their team name?
Who's the coach of Seattle?
I have no idea.
Mike, you're supposed to be the XFL expert.
I have no idea. The Seattle team is plus 260, and the Guardians are plus 360.
So they're the two top teams going into the season.
Is what I saw, unless they changed it.
And who's the quarterback of the Seattle team?
I'll look it up.
Come on, bro. You're supposed to be the XFL expert over here, man.
But like I said, I haven't seen any starting. I haven't seen any starting thing.
Doesn't Seattle start the season tomorrow? Aren't they the first game tomorrow at 2 p.m.?
They do, and that's where we're going next. It's not a big deal. We'll look it up.
Like we said the first show, there's nothing scripted about this. So if we don't know shit, we gotta look it up.
All right, so here we go. Now since I looked it up, Dallas Renegade, Bob Stoops, the projected.
The Renegades is the name of the Dallas team.
Yeah.
Are they allowed to do that with the Hudson Valley
They
Renegades?
don't give a shit. It's the Hudson Valley Renegades on trademark. Starting quarterback is Landry Jones.
Oh, he was Roethlisberger's backup. I've heard of him before.
The DC Defender, Pep
The
Hamilton.
who?
DC Defenders.
Oh, the DC Defenders.
Pep Hamilton.
Never heard of him.
Starting as the head coach.
Oh, the head coach. Yeah, I've
Well,
heard
actually,
of him.
the head coaches are the general managers too, apparently.
For every team?
Cardell Jones.
Is that just because they're cheap and don't want to pay general managers and head coaches?
No, I don't know what that's about. Starting quarterback is Cardell Jones.
Yeah, I've heard of him too.
Oh, here we go. The notable players for the VC Defenders: Tyree Jackson, heard of him.
Never heard of him.
Matt Elam.
Never heard
Why
of him.
does that sound? I know I think there was a kicker named Matt Elam.
I heard of the last name sound familiar.
There was a kicker
but
with the same last name, I think. All right, Houston Roughnecks. June Jones.
That's their name, the Roughnecks?
Yeah. June Jones and PJ Walker out of Temple. Don't know him.
That team's going to suck.
Sammy Coates is good. Wait, why is Apparently Connor Cook is not. Apparently Connor Cook sucks. Because Connor Cook was decent in college.
Yeah, I've heard him before.
The Los Angeles Wildcats. Decent name.
How many teams can we name the Wildcats? We couldn't come up with something better than that? We got to have another team with the Wildcats?
Talk to Vince. Winston Moss. I've heard of him. I don't know
that
what
name
he
sounds
did,
familiar
but
too.
I heard of him. Josh Johnson, the ex-Giant.
Was he was a backup quarterback?
He was back quarter Eli.
Yeah, all right, yep. I've heard of him. I think he was also a backup quarterback on the Colts too.
These guys got a decent wide receiver. Trey McBride. He started for the. He played a little bit for the Packers, I believe. Yeah, right there. He played a little bit for the Packers.
Okay, wow, Mike, good analysis.
The New York Guardians, Kevin McGilbride, Matt McGlory.
Oh, hell yeah, Gilbride, baby.
Tim Cook III, running back, powerhouse. He's going to run people over. Joe
Yo.
Horn Jr. If you're a football fan, you don't know who Joe Horn Jr. is? You don't know who his father is, I meant to say? Then you're not a football fan.
I know who Joe Horn is. I don't know who the hell Joe Horn Jr. is.
Joe Horn Jr. was the guy that played for the Saints. He scored a touchdown, picked up his phone.
Oh, that's who that dude is?
Picked up his phone out of the end zone and called the number on a flip phone.
That's the same dude?
The same
Oh,
dude.
no shit.
No, it's not the same dude. That's his son.
Oh, all right. Yeah,
The father was the one that did
but
it.
somebody else recreated that whole thing on the Saints a couple years ago.
Betting odds are 7-2 to win the title. The second best odds. It's Jim Zorn. That's who it was. I couldn't remember who Jim Zorn.
What team
Seattle.
is he on?
Seattle.
Oh, on Seattle. Oh,
Brandon
okay.
Silvers. Keenan Reynolds, the wide receiver out of Navy. Decent
He's
wide
playing in the
receiver.
XFL?
Yeah. Wasn't he the quarterback for Navy?
Yeah.
He's a wide receiver for the
But how
Seattle.
the hell
The Dragons, that's what they are, the Dragons.
he got out of his time serving for the
He's been out for 4 years.
for real for that long?
Yeah. Actually, no. The Navy only got to be out for 2.
Oh, all right. So they
Yeah.
got different rules. Oh, all right. Yeah, I was gonna say because he ain't been going that long.
The Seattle Battlehawks are Jonathan Hayes. Okay.
Now, do you think that the XFL is going to give way for if these guys perform well in the XFL, maybe they're going to get a shot
They
in
are.
the NFL?
What they were saying at the meeting was that they're not going to keep players from the NFL. That's why a lot of the players have 1-year contracts.
Yeah.
They all sign 1-year contracts. So let's say the Jets end up going to the game, or the Giants are at a Guardians game. The Giants or Jets send a scout to the Guardians game. They say, "Hey, go scout Trey McBride, or go scout."
That was going to be my next question. Like, are they allowed to sign them in the middle of an XFL season?
No, they gotta wait. But the season only goes to April. So
No, I understand, but if a guy's performing well and an NFL team's looking at him, they can't just go scoop him up real quick before a potential injury or something like that.
No.
They have to wait until the XFL season's over.
No. What you call it? We also have Tampa Bay Vipers, Mark Trespin. I've heard of him.
I've heard of Trespin.
Aaron Murray, the ex-Georgia Bulldog, decent quarterback in college. That's the problem. A lot of these kids are decent in college, and they don't come to.
Do you think that this is going to give way for a lot of them getting a shot in the NFL, or do you think most of them are just going to be, here stuck in the XFL, play for a few years, and then be done?
I think you got to play lights out. Like, I think you got to be.
But what about the guys on like the offensive line, defensive line? I mean, for those guys, maybe they will get a shot if they perform well over there. Maybe some of these teams looking for line help, they can look over there and be like, hey, maybe this guy can help us.
Well, yeah, and the other good thing about the XFL is because they're trying to keep the cost down right now. I mean, granted, Vince just signed a $500 million check to them, so that's why it's funding them for 3 years. But so I'm trying to go back to the podcast app. What they have is they have a thing called Team 9. That's the XFL's scouting. That's the XFL's scout team. That's their practice squad. So what they do is they're located in Houston. You're located in Houston.
And
Dallas.
that's where everybody goes, and that's so if somebody needs a player, they're gonna go look right to that same location.
Let's say.
But is there a certain order in which they can pick these guys, like a waiver wire, or is it, hey, if I need a wide receiver, I can go look down there and pick whoever I want?
Let's say Tim Cook III blows his knee out week 1. The Guardians president or the GM or the coach, whichever you want.
Which is all the same person,
Yeah.
according to you.
If you want to, calls up Team 9, say, hey, I need a running back. So they send a running back up to New York.
This Team 9 you're talking about, they decide who they send to New York, or does Gilbride get to decide who he wants to come from there?
I think they could decide who they want, but I think they just send a player. They're all the same players. If you're on a starting roster, if you're on Team 9, you're just good enough to be on the
Team 9 only one player, or is it a whole group of people?
It's a whole practice squad.
Yeah, but is it only one player at a position, or can Gilbride go, all right, I'm looking for a running back. Now I'm looking at Team 9. Let me look at every running back they have, and let me see who I want.
It's pretty much a team of misfits just practicing against each other until they get called up, pretty much.
Why the hell are they misfits?
Because they're not starting in the XFL.
I love it.
But, I can't really call them misfits because they're playing. But at the same time, they would be considered misfits because they're not starting in the XFL. They're only on the practice squad. But hey, you know what? They're still getting.
So
paid.
They're not starting in the NFL or the XFL, and then they're on the minor leagues of the XFL. So they got to really be on their last straw.
Yes, let's call it the minor leagues.
The minor leagues, because they're not even on an NFL practice squad. They're on the XFL practice squad. Yeah. And you don't anything lower than that is college level.
But tomorrow, I don't know if I'll get this up in time tomorrow, but ABC 2:00 because I do got to work tomorrow. I'm working overtime tomorrow, and ABC 2:00. Guardians versus the Dragon.
Wrong.
Dragons versus Defenders. 2:00 ABC opening day. Hopefully they fill up the
on ABC. And who's calling these games? Who are the commentators?
I think Greg Hardy's. Greg.
No.
I think Greg Hardy's calling.
No, the former cowboy turned UFC fighter.
Not Greg Hardy. Not Greg Hardy. They got it just Greg Olsen.
Oh, the tight end.
I think G-Reg is calling.
Oh, all right.
Because somebody on Twitter, he did tweet out a thing, and if I can find the tweet, I'll post it when I edit this.
He did some commentary work before, and it was for Fox though, not ABC.
It's Fox, ABC, and ESPN. Fox Sports 1, Fox Sports 2, ESPN, ABC. Those are.
So every week there's going to be half the games Saturday and then the other half Sunday.
The XFL is the only.
How many teams are there? Isn't there 8 teams? So they have 2 games Saturday, 2 games Sunday.
The XFL is the only major sports league that has every game in their season on TV, in every market.
I don't know if I would consider it a major sports league. Yeah, we got that. Time's going to determine that. But, all right, we're already over an hour. What do you? What else do you want to? Yeah, I know, but what else do we want to talk about? Enough of that XFL stuff. We already went over the rules. We don't need to talk about the rules no more.
Oh man, that hurt. So I'm gonna talk about Daytona a little bit. Dom doesn't really know much about NASCAR, but I want to talk about Daytona. Sunday is the shootout.
And what the hell is a shootout?
Shootout is pretty much it's like
a race to determine positioning.
It's whoever Sunday's qualifying. Qualifying is always fun to watch because if you're a race fan, the shootout comes after it. Qualifying, they set up for the duels on Thursday, and what happens is whoever qualifies first and second automatically starts first in the Daytona 500. Then the duels come in. Then they go to whoever finishes where in the duels. That's where they start. I do like the new downforce packages they brought in NASCAR. It's supposed to help the cars out in short tracks and stuff like that. I went to a couple tracks last year. I went to a short track last year. It sucked. So hopefully it can bunch the cars up. Daytona's always a good race. Even if you don't like NASCAR, Daytona's always a fun race just because it's entertainment, man. But like I said, Daytona, they're on Fox at 3 after qualifying. Check it out. I will have more about the 500 next week when we continue our day 3, our podcast number 3. Anyways, we are running out of time. Not really running out of time, but we are starting to get later and later into the show. The Masked Singer. I want to talk a little about the Masked Singer. You know, it's one of my favorite shows. Lil Wayne, very easy to guess. You knew it was him by his voice. I got people hooked onto the show. My buddy Nate never watched it. Watched it one day. He was drunk over here at the Super Bowl, and Lil Wayne was the robot, and Drew Carey was the llama. You could tell it was Drew Carey. I knew it was Drew Carey from the first episode. Then he sang the last song and it was Drew Carey. So that's my update for the thing. There is something I did want to say. I'm buying a printing press for shirts for the podcast and a couple other things. I am selling.
Now, don't we have to like trademark our logo and shit before we can start putting it on shirts or what? Because can't anybody just steal that shit?
Nah, I don't. I'm not gonna put the logo on yet.
So what are you gonna put on there?
Just the name of it and everything, and.
But don't we gotta trademark the name too? Because what if some other douchebags watching the podcast decide, oh, let's just do this and we can put a trademark on it? Then these fools can't use the name no more.
Aren't they expensive?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Don't ask me.
But anyways, I got two things that I run. They're called Uncontrollable Nonsense, which is us podcast. Then I have a thing called Bad Luck Productions. I'm making a so I'm getting a shirt printer to make the shirts bigger, to make the shirts. I'm buying all the material. See, look. See what we were talking about earlier? The trade held up due to prospects' health.
Oh yeah. Well, that's not the main players. They're talking about the prospects.
Yeah, I think the two from Minnesota. Anyways, I am getting shirts. I'm gonna print them out. The reason why I'm doing this is because my cousin's daughter. She needs money for surgery. She has a cleft hand and something with her heart. And pretty much I want to try to raise money for to send down to her to help her out with the
wow,
surgery.
So we all come to find out that Mike has a good, decent heart. I'm shocked right now. And, I'm blown away. I almost want to cry right now because I can't believe my ears.
I just want to send the money down to her. So
you're very nice.
When I make the design for the shirts, I mean, I'm not taking any of the money for the shirts. Everything's gonna come out of my pocket. So I'm gonna.
Oh, I will too.
Yeah. So I'm gonna send them down to her. And actually, I'm gonna send down shirts for her to sell down there. And
why the hell would she want to sell your shirts?
Because maybe we're gonna get big down there. And then the Bad Luck Production. That's my bowling thing. That's the bowling thing I do. If you have front nine, well, I'm gonna make shirts for that too.
That's good entertainment. I'll tell you. That's good entertainment.
It's on Facebook. We do have a Twitter. I mean, we have an Instagram. We have a Facebook page. Bad Luck Productions. Go check it out. I run it mostly because the one that started it, he whenever he's bowling, he doesn't really get any front nines around him. So, but
Mike, I don't think half the people know what the fuck a front nine means. I didn't know what it meant either.
The first nine strikes in bowling.
So you think everybody would know that? I didn't know what the hell it meant until I first saw what your show was about on the front nine.
That's why I told him to check it out.
Well, tell them it means that they need 3 more strikes to make a perfect game.
So, but yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing with the shirts. Try to sell them, make some money for my cousin. Dude, I sent down a. What was it? I sent down a.
You know what else you could do too? These bracelets. These wristbands. I wear this for my cousin that had passed away. You know, these are another good thing that people can sell to raise money for things like that. Oh, there's websites that you can personalize on whatever you want to write on them, whatever colors you want.
But you know. I sent down a. He played for the Yankees years ago, back in like the '80s, and we sent down his jersey, signed autographed jersey with the app, and they sold like $400 worth of tickets. I was like, wow, that jersey made $400 worth of tickets. I probably could have sold it on eBay for more.
Yeah.
And I sent it, but it's whatever. But anyways,
you're doing it for a good cause. That's all that matters.
That's our show. That's our show for tonight. Got some.
We still didn't cover everything we had written down on this paper over here.
No, it's alright. Well, we covered a lot of it. But my game picks. Let's you know what? Let's go back to the game picks for the Guardians, the XFL. I got the Guardians beating the Vipers. I got the DC Defenders beating the Seattle team. I got sorry, I had to look it up.
I'm not even throwing any game picks out for the XFL because I don't even know what the hell the games are that are being played.
I got I have Houston beating the LA Wildcats, and I have the St. Louis Battlehawks beating the Dallas Renegades. Because fuck Stan Kroenke, he fucked that team out of the football team, football thing. If the Guardians can't win it all, I hope St. Louis wins it all. Just because fuck Stan Kroenke.
Come on, nah, that's because you love St. Louis, motherfucker. Why not Seattle?
Huh?
Why not Seattle?
I just don't like your team.
I want the Guardians too because I love Kevin Gilbride.
Anyway, so we got our sponsors here. I kind of brought the mood down a little bit, but hey, it's whatever.
That's alright. Yeah, everybody's very sad now.
Holland Beck and Daily Roofing.
Oh, by the way, my parents still want you to bring Holland Deck and Belly Roofing over for an estimate.
You got it. Phone number 845-561-0616. Dave Nicoli Real Estate. Rita Levine, 845-542-4719. I talked to him earlier. He's very excited that I'm getting him out on the podcast. Dex Unlimited. Phone number 631-943-9900. Tarzio Lanes, 845-562-5250. And that's about it.
Eventually, I want Mike to get it where we can put the numbers up and the names of these sponsors up, on the screen here too. So it's still a work in progress, but we're only 2 shows in.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that is our show for today.
It's been real.
We will see you guys
Go Mets.
later.
Go Giants.
Go Guardians.
Thanks for listening.
See you guys later.